Like most gamers of my generation, my first handheld system ever was an original Game Boy. I didn't care that the screen was blurry or that everything was green. It didn't matter when I had masterpieces like Super Mario Land 2's 6 golden coins at my disposal. The title follows the tried and true Mario formula, having you jump on enemies to dispose them, collecting power-ups to beef up your plumber, and of course, coin collecting. But it does all of this on a tiny low-resolution Game Boy screen. After completing the introductory level, you are granted access to Mario Land, and your journey begins. There are 6 zones to complete, and each offers a unique set of challenges and environments to explore. What's even more clever is how the levels match the world screen. In Turtle Zone, for example, the first level has you on the coast, with areas above and below the water. The next stage takes place inside a wrecked submarine, just as the map screen hinted at. And lastly, you make your way inside a whale. How's that for some variety? And this is just the tip of the iceberg, as the rest of the level design is every bit as creative. There is a ton of variety between the different zones and levels within those zones. I have played through this title at least a dozen times in the past 20 years, and will continue to do so in the future. Romping around through these levels is a blast. To add some replayability to the game, each zone also features 1 or 2 extra levels that can be found by locating secret doorways through the main levels. You know you've located them because there's a star above the door. Exit here and you are treated to a little animation on the map screen to show where you've ended up. These are not required to complete the game, but usually offer plenty of coins and other bonuses. After defeating the boss of each zone, you are awarded a golden coin. Collect all 6, hence the title, and you make your way to Wario's castle to defeat the anti-hero himself. Unlike traditional Mario games where you can get an extra life after collecting 100 coins, you can collect up to 999 coins. You can then use the coins at the casino gambling hut for power-ups or additional lives. You can even go all in and bet all 999 coins for a chance at a whopping 99 lives. There's a second counter at the bottom of the screen that keeps track of how many enemies you have killed as well. After killing 100 enemies, a star will fall from the sky, rewarding you for your violent ways. After killing 5 successive enemies while Starman, you will get an extra life and an additional life for each enemy you kill after that. If you ring the bell at the end of each stage, you are presented with a minigame with a chance to get even more extra lives. And here's the first issue I have with Mario Land 2. It isn't that hard to rack up a staggering number of lives. In addition to the above, there are life hearts hidden everywhere. It sucks a lot of the challenge out of the game. Veteran gamers will likely never see a game over screen. The bosses are also a joke, requiring just 3 hits to defeat. Most have the same exact pattern as well, making them super easy to dispose. Collecting golden coins has never been so easy. Thankfully, the difficulty does ramp up for your final showdown with Wario. Graphically speaking, Super Mario Land 2 looks quite good despite its age and being limited to 4 colors. The levels do a good job of mixing up the background, so every level doesn't have the same white background. All of the eye candy does come at a price. Virtually every stage features slowdown when there's too much on the screen. Still, this is one of the better looking Game Boy games I've ever played. The music in Mario Land 2 lives up to the visuals, featuring excellent compositions and quality on par with the best Nintendo 8-bit games. While the various tracks repeat occasionally, you will never hear the same track back to back. All of the other sounds are classic Mario. Collecting coins, going through tubes, swimming, and bouncing off enemies sounds as good as it ever has. Overall, Well, Super Mario Land 2 is not just one of my favorite Game Boy games of all time, but one of my favorite platforming games of all time, period. Despite the limited color palette of the original Game Boy, the levels still somehow seem vibrant and interesting. Despite the lack of difficulty, there is still plenty of replay value to be had in going through and finding all the little secret nooks and crannies. A top-notch soundtrack and silky smooth controls round off what I find to be a timeless classic.